Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Was clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, hi everyone, thank you so much for this webinar. So, my name is Dr. Akram Ahmed. So, I am living and working in Australia. So, I am guiding last several years for healthcare professionals to migrate to Australia. So, academically, basically, will help you to complete your A to Z process. So, you can migrate to Australia with your family on permanent visa. Okay. So, I'm going to discuss today the pathways for medical doctors, whether you are MBBS, MD, or MS, and you are working in your home country now, you're looking to migrate to Australia. You will see what are the steps you need to complete in order to migrate to Australia. And end of this webinar, you can ask me one-on-one whatever you have your personal questions or anything related to AMC, Australia, jobs, or visa, whatever you have doubt, you can note down your questions. You can ask me one-on-one, or you also can ask these questions in the chat box so I can read your question and I'm happy to answer. Okay. So academically, the Australian-based tech company will provide the courses for all healthcare professionals, whether it's a medical doctor, dentist, pharmacist, nurses, physiotherapists, lab technicians, and so on. So basically, any healthcare professional want to migrate to one country to another, they need to write an exam. Basically, they need to show their knowledge and expertise is up to par that particular country. Okay, so we provide the courses for all of you, so anyone can pass the exam in the home country and then migrate to Australia. So this is the very simple aim of the academically to complete your A2 process, including the English test and your AMC exam, your document verification. So everything is done by from us. So I'm basically an Indian pharmacist. So I complete my bachelor, master from India, and then I moved to Malaysia, worked there, all the information, apart from the coaching for this AMC exam. So the opportunities in Australia for medical doctors. So this is basically AMA report, Australian Medical Association, and saying that around 10,000 medical doctors, general physicians, general practitioners are shortage in Australia by 2028. Okay, so a lot of jobs, lot of vacancies are available in Australia, especially for the if you complete this process. In Australia, provide 195,000 permanent visa yearly, and including the healthcare professionals are in the critical shortage list, so they will get the visa in very, very short time. For example, someone did a from IIT, it might take for them to grant a visa up to 2 years, 1.5 years, 1 year. It's very, very common for them. But for a healthcare professional or medical doctor, it might be they may offer you within 4 days, 5 days, in 1 week. So far, so many students are passed these exams from our academically with us, and they got the visa in very, very short time. So on an average, salary is very, very high for medical doctors in Australia, up to 342. I mean, on an average, up to 400,000 Australian dollars you can earn. So it's going to be more than 2 CR, because $1 is equivalent to 54 to 55 Indian rupees. Okay, so we can multiply this. So on an average, doctor, in general, if you are working in any, government hospital, your job will be around 200,000. You will start in salary as a GP in Australia. And apart from this, you have so many other advantages to migrate to Australia, such as that education for your kids, your children up to 12 standard is the free. Okay, and healthcare also is free. For example, if you are planning to migrate, you are thinking to write USMLE exam for US. So for US, you need to buy insurance for your family, health insurance, and you have to pay for them. And you also need to pay for the education in US. But in Australia, it is free from the government. The universal health coverage in Australia will give you the Medicare card. So whatever happened to you, everything is free for you. Apart from this, like professional development. For example, you completed this process and you are working in any hospital. Now you want to attend any webinar or any online, or maybe you want to attend some conference. So most likely the hospitals, they pay your registration fees, your travel expenses yearly 2 to 3 times. So, like such development also one of the main aim in the hospitals. And work-life balance is very, very good. You just need to work 8 hours. After that, you are free. So you can give your time to your family and meet your friends here and there. So this is like in Indian civil, it's not possible. You have to might be need to work 12 hours and more than that. I know family members also a medical doctor, so I know they are really busy and they have their own nursing homes. So they are might be working like 15 hours, not just the 8 hours. But in case of Australia, you just need to work 8 hours shift. Change opportunities is, you are getting a permanent visa, and after 3 years, it is a chance to get Australian citizenship. If you do not want to take citizenship, you can be Australian permanent resident. I'm an Australian permanent resident. I haven't taken my citizenship, but my son is an Australian citizen. Okay, so and once you got PR, then you will get a 10 years basically OCI card. So you can do in India anything apart from two rights you are not getting. Have one is the if you get Australian citizenship, so you cannot give the vote in India. Secondly, you cannot work in any government job. You cannot apply government job. Apart from this, all the rights you have the same as like Indian citizen. You can buy land if you want to do any business. You can do whatever you want. You can do in India. So they give 10 years OCI card. Once you got this Australian PR or Australian citizenship, you can get that. I'm Australian PR holder, so I do not need because I am a citizen. I'm an Indian citizen. So as an Indian citizen, I just I have a just buy the ticket and come to India very frequently. Same for you. And quality of life, very, very high, I can say, compared to India. Here, basically, the very big house. I think you can compare that Australia is a very, very big country as compared to India. And we just have a 2.CR population. It might be equivalent to Delhi population at less than Mumbai. Okay, only just one city population we have that much in India. And yeah, higher earning potential, very, very high. You can earn up 400,000. But if you are a specialist, and you can be maybe up to 1 million, you can earn a lot of money basically involved in the healthcare in Australia. Because here healthcare is free. As a patient, I do not need to pay the doctor fees. The government will pay behalf of me. So whenever doctors say that you have to see me after 2 weeks, after 4 weeks, I have to just go and see my doctor, okay? Because I'm not going to pay the fees for my doctor fees. And then these are the steps you need to take in order to migrate to Australia. So first step is called document verification. So document verification done by in the 2 steps. One is the EPIC verification. So we have to check your university. So if you are from India and you completed any private medical college, government medical college, wherever you completed your MBBS, all the colleges are approved by, I think, Medical Council of India or NMC. So all the colleges basically approved in India. But if you did your MBBS from like Russia, China, Philippines, or any other country apart from India, you completed your degree, MBBS degree, then we need to check that your college or your university approved by AMC or not. Okay, but most likely it is approved if that particular country government is approved that multi colleges. Okay, and so this document verification will complete. You just need to provide us your document. Apart from this, you also need to pay some fees. This is the government fees. Directly you need to pay to the EPIC verification or AMC portfolio, like government fees you have to pay for that. Then once you complete this step, it may take for this step, if you complete on time all the documents, around 2 weeks only. So it's very, very fast process here. And then you have to write this Australian Medical Council Part 1 exam. This is a multiple choice questions. They will ask you the basic and clinical science questions. And once you pass this AMC exam, so this exam is they conduct monthly, except December and January. So this is the advantage for AMC for Australia migration. If you are planning to go, for example, PLAB, if you want to practice in UK, so they're like a 2-year waiting period ongoing right now. So you have to wait for like 2025 only you can book the exam because a lot of people want to live and a lot of the waiting period is for UK. But for Australia, every month this exam, whenever you are confident to write the exam, you can just book the exam. So yearly 10 times they conduct this exam, um, December and January. Okay, and there is around 15 centers in India that write the exam. Like for example, in NCR, Delhi, Noida, Gurgaon, and we have in Chandigarh, and we have a Punjab. We have 2 centers. There are so many centers like in Pune, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore, and Ahmedabad. So Surat also have centers. There are so many centers in India. So you can write the exam here. And then you have to go for this English proficiency test. So this document verification we will do behalf of you. You just need to provide us your documents. And for AMC, we'll provide you a 4-month coaching, live coaching from Australia to pass this AMC exam. So you can access from your mobile phone. We have an app and we have a learning management system. You can access in your laptop or desktop wherever you are. And then we will also provide you the coaching for this IELTS or PTE. Sorry, actually, I was in Australia, so last week only I came to India, and here is the the change weather. Basically, in Sydney there's a 4-5 degree temperature, but in India is very very hot, especially the North India. So I'm a little bit feeling unwell. Yeah, so. This will provide you the AMC part 1, the coaching, then we'll provide you coaching for the English. And once you pass these 2, then you are eligible to work as a JMO. JMO means Junior Medical Officer. You will get a limited registration with APRA since you does not pass this AMC 2. So you can work under a supervision of a RMP of Australia. Okay, so you are not legally, you cannot prescribe or give any interventions to a patient, but you can help them and you have to work there. So there is a lot of government jobs, government hospitals, they hire GMO, Junior Medical Officer. This is like similar in India when you you're doing your internship, MBBS internship or CRI, when you are working as CRI, then you cannot legally prescribe, the medications, or you have to work under supervision of any lecturer there, any professor in your ward, or maybe any PG doctor is there, So same like scenario in Australia, you can work after AMC Part 1 plus English. So the salary, because this is not, they are giving the salary, they are giving the stipend because you are still trying to register yourself as a RMP in Australia, right? So the salary around, they will give you around 70,000 per year. And this is a good salary, I can say. You can easily live and work there with your family. Even if you have your family member up to 5 people, like husband, wife, and you have 3-4 kids also, easily you can manage. Even you can save some money, So this is a good amount of money, okay? And then simultaneously, you can prepare yourself for AMC 2. So this is the one of the rule. And in this route, the company will give you the work visa, not PR visa. PR visa, you are eligible to apply once you pass the AMC. Okay. And this AMC part 1 is the passing ratio and passing percentage is very high. I can say around 60 to 80% students pass in their first attempt is part 1. And part 2 a little bit hard. So you have to work basically in Australia, whatever the disease we are giving the treatment. So there's a guideline, is a specific guideline. So you have to see those guidelines. This is basically clinical exam, OSCE exam. Okay, so they will give you some case and the patient, and you have to deal with that, particular condition, and you have to give your own intervention and this and that, So, and the good news is that earlier, after AMC part 1, you need to go to Australia to write part 2. But right now, you also can complete your part 2 from India. So for example, some of you might be doing your PG, maybe in your second year, or might be in first year, you might be in your final year, you are in third year, right? or you are currently working in government job, in that case, I can, you can just prepare yourself for AMC2, and you can pass AMC2 from India. And then you can get a full registration, then you can apply PR directly here. Okay. Earlier, for this exam, you need to go Australia only, and you have to go on like a temporary visa, like visit visa, and then you have to write the exam and come back to India. But now you can write this exam from India itself, part two as well. So this is the good news for you. So we will complete your document verification. We'll help you to pass AMC part one, give you the coaching. We'll give you the coaching for AMC, this English as well. Will help you to get a job. And then also we can help you to provide you the coaching for AMC2 once you pass the AMC part one. Okay. So this is the journey. I think you understand all these things. And still, if you have any questions, you can discuss with me in the, yes. So this is the AMC exams, in India. Monthly, you can write whenever you are ready. Okay. For example, if you join now in July, so hopefully you can write the exam in like October, November easily. And there are so many centers in India. So you can write. So English is mandatory. Basically, there is a one body called APRA in Australia. So all the healthcare professionals, whether you are a medical doctor, pharmacist, nurse, physiotherapist, dentist, all have to be registered with the same body. We have only one body in India, in Australia, but in India we have several bodies like medical council. We have deaf separately. Then we have dentistry. We have council for nursing or pharmacy. So there is so many regulations in India, but in Australia only one body. They will regulate all healthcare professional registration. Okay, so they need the English for everyone. So you need individual bank saving in IELTS. We'll provide you the coaching for IELTS. Also, if you want to write a PPE, please unmute yourself. Sorry. So English, you need overall individual 7 or IELTS 65. Okay, or OET B band. So any test basically you can take, but these are the very easy exam as compared to TOEFL. So don't go for TOEFL. TOEFL is was mainly for US, but for Australia you can write IELTS, PT, or OET. Okay. So we provide basically coaching all these exams. No need to worry. And these are the some of the you can find here are some of the jobs. So I can basically show you here. Basically, if we are going. So there are a lot of government jobs already available. So I can just show you.
Excuse me, sir.
Please represent your screen.
Your screen is not visible, sir.
Oh, sorry. I think someone. Who's here? Mayank?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 1 minute. So is there anything like this, I'm not able to see a screen or voice. So please let me know. Not from the audience. At least you can hear. So you have to check. Okay.
Sure, sir.
So I was discussing here, regarding this step. Document verification, we will do your document verification. You just need to provide us your document, scan copy, like your degree, your transcript, your medical registration, your passport, your Aadhaar card if you are from India. I mean, any national ID if you are from any other country like this, Then we will provide you the coaching for AMC Part 1. And once you pass AMC Part 1, you will get a limited registration. And once you pass the English, then you can start looking a job for GMO. So I was talking about these jobs. Then, yes. So this is the jobs available right now. A lot of jobs are. Are you able to see my screen, guys?
Yes, sir.
So this is basically, NSW Health. So in Australia, as you know, there are so many basically states. Like in India, we have several states, right? And union territories. So here, this is the one of the state called NSW, New South Wales. I'm also living in this state. So Sydney is the capital of this state. Okay. So they have NSW Health. So any jobs in New South Wales, so they will give that treatment they hire. So they are hiring if someone already completed their this AMC Part 1 plus English, so they are eligible to apply junior medical officer. So they are hiring for international junior medical officers. For example, like you. So if you are overseas and you pass this exam, AMC Part 1 plus English, then you can apply here. This is a government job directly. You can apply here. And they hire basically, currently they are hiring up to 18th of July. They are saying is going to open. And up to 8th of August, you can apply. So you can apply from here. Jobs are right now available. And so basically, they hire yearly 4 times. Generally, this is a government job, so they give advertisement 4 times yearly. So once you pass this exam, like AMC Part 1 plus English, then you are eligible to apply a junior medical officer job. Okay. And so that's Mayank. Our team will give you the more, so you can have a look. And if you have any, I just give you the one example only because I cannot show you too many things. So here also another link. This is from the another government website. This is Help You. This is basically central government. So right now there are so many jobs are available after those completed the AMC Part 1. This was for one state, NSW state. But I am showing here, this is like federal agency. So they are saying junior doctor training program. Are you able to see my screen, guys?
Yes, sir.
So this is basically junior medical training program. So if you see here, there are a lot of programs. So if you can go here, like rural primary care, then private scheme if you want to work. So if I go here, then you will see here a lot of jobs are available currently. For example, here you can see here the government agencies they are hiring. So this is a ACT. So this is like Australian Capital Territory, like we have Delhi NCR, right? This is called Canberra. So Canberra is currently hiring, Canberra Health Services hiring for GMO. Then this is New South Wales, they are hiring here. They are also hiring New South Wales in this health district. So this, Victoria, they are hiring here. Victoria, they are 3 district hiring. So there are so many jobs currently available for the junior medical officer. So if you completed your this process, and you can apply these government jobs. Okay, and they will interview you online, then they will give you the work visa and come to Australia to work. So here right now, the email ID also is there. You can apply them once you complete your AMC Part 1, AMC plus English. Okay, so there is so many jobs available. I'm just showing you only few examples. Okay. So we need your degree for like MBBS, MD, and whatever you complete. Then your transcript, work experience if you have any. Work experience is not mandatory if you are a fresher or you are in final year of your MBBS. So valid passport we need, then government ID like Aadhaar card in case if you are Indian. But if in case you are from other country, they need a national ID, another national ID card. Then your passport size photograph, medical registration if you have done. And these are the things. There are some permanent visa you can apply once you pass this AMC Part 2, 190, 186, 189. And once you pass this AMC Part 1 plus English, then most likely you will get these 2 visas. Most likely 494, 482, and 407 visa is a work visa you will get. And yes, so we are some fees and all those things. So our team will give you the more information, particularly in this. But if you are a completed your MBBS degree or MS or MD, whatever your medical degree, and you are registered in your home country. You must register RMP in home country. For example, you are did your registration in India. After that, you are working as a medical administrator or healthcare manager or hospital manager or medical administrator. Uh, and you are working in any hospital. You are in that case, you can apply without writing this AMC exam. So you can prepare AMC with us and you can come on this visa. This is a regional visa. You will get around the jobs. So right now visa is opening this in the NSW and Northern Territory, South Australia and Western Australia. 491 visa. This is a 5-year visa they will give you. This is a regional state sponsored visa. If you are eligible, if you can prove that you are working as a medical administrator, then we also can help you to apply for this visa, and simultaneously you can track your AMC journey. So this is the things. Now I'm going to finish my with you. Now I will take your question one on one. Yes, Tahri and Ashraf, can you please? Hi, how are you?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Tahri. Are you from India?
Sir, I have heard that. Sir, I have heard that after AMC Part 1, you need 1 to 2 years of experience in order to get the job. Is it so?
No, this is not mandatory. For example, if I am an employer and there is a 3 candidate apply for a same job, one does not have experience, one have maybe 5-year experience, one might have 1-year experience. To whom I prefer? Most likely I prefer someone have a 5-year experience. So this is not mandatory from the government side. You must have work experience. But if you are ready to work in the regional area, definitely you will get the job. Because there is a locals are not willing to work there and they're only hiring the overseas qualified candidates. So definitely you will get. If you do not have any preference to work, definitely you will get the job. But if you have your own preference, for example, sir, I only want to work in Sydney or Melbourne, then might be difficult to find a job. Yes, you can work after few years. At least 2 to 3 years, you have to work in regional area. You will get visa there. Then after that, you can move wherever you want to work. So this is not a condition. You can get a job without experience also.
Okay, sir.
Yes,
Hey, sir. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I want to ask what is total cost of AMC1?
Actually, cost will given by our team because lot of fees you are paying for the government directly, not to us. So our fees we are charging only for the course fee. Apart from, I think 70-80% fees you are going to pay to the government. For example, your document verification for 2 times you need to pay for AMC, for epic verification. Then when you are booking your exam, again you need to pay the fees for AMC around $4,000. But most likely is going to be around roughly, I can give you the idea, 4 to 5 lakh. The Mayank, our team will give you the individually the exact fees. Okay, and we have a.
Can you please tell it in Australian dollars or US dollars because I am from
Maybe in
Pakistan and I don't know about. Sorry, sir.
In the Australian dollar.
85,000.
8,000 or 10,000.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir, can you please tell the time limit of passing AMC2?
Yes,
we are working as GMO.
Fees, just I checked. So around 6,000 Australian dollars you need to 6 to 7,000 only you need to invest in total process for AMC plus English. Okay.
Sir, is there any time limit to pass AMC Part 2?
No.
As if we are working as GMO.
No. Basically, this is the very commonly question I receive that is there any time limit? For example, I pass Part 1 within 1 year, within 2 years, within 3 years, I need to pass Part 2. So there is no time limit, but as soon as possible, you need to attempt.
Okay.
Within,
and how long we can work after passing AMC Part 1?
I mean, there is no time limit. Basically, your aim to pass as soon as possible Part 2. then only you can get a general registration and can work full time. Okay, you are basically just working as an intern, basically, right? You are just helping someone else. Okay, so there is no time
Okay.
limit. So you can work like maybe 1 year, 2 year, 3 year as a JMO until you pass this part two. Then you have to let them your employer. I passed this AMC part two. Now I'm looking for residency. So most likely your own hospital will can give you the offer if you are working, if you impress them, or might be you need to apply some other jobs, like general candidate.
Sir, can you please tell about AMC Part 2? What kind of exam it is? Like, is it objective, like MCQ, or a demonstrative exam or something?
AMC is part one only. AMC basic. This is AMC two or USMLE part two and three in US and PLAB two in UK. So it's like similar exam. This is a clinical exam. So you might be know, or maybe you can find out more about the OSCE. So OSCE basically
Oh,
that some patient. For example, I am a patient and you are a doctor. So I will give you my history. For example, I have my age this much and I have facing diabetes or I'm facing this hypertension. And this and that. Then you have to tackle that situation. What will be the most appropriate guideline for that? What are the tests you have to recommend in that case? So there's a multiple 2 3 stations and you have to deal with them, one with patient, one with the physician, one with maybe with a pharmacist or maybe the nurse conversation and all those things. So this is we will provide a separate coaching for part two, but this is
okay. Okay.
fully based on your clinical exam. Okay.
Got it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Dr. Riji Vincent. Dr. Sakib Anwar or Malik, can you please unmute anyone? Please ask your question, your doubt.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yes, 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 Atif Kumar.
Yes, sir. I'm doing a government job. I'm from Pakistan, working in anesthesia as anesthesia specialist. I'm also running my private clinic as an administrator. Does it count?
Yes, if
You
you
said
can,
if you are
yes, if you can prove that you are working as a medical administrator in any, like, you are managing any polyclinic or nursing home, it can be done. But we need to see your salaries, how you are, they are paying the salaries, or maybe you are
no,
paying.
it's I own it myself. I own it.
So you have
It's my own clinic.
to prove to the government, not to me. So you have to prove. If someone have a clinic, you must have a license. You must have some government certification. Maybe you are paying the taxes or GST, something like this. So you have to.
Okay, okay.
If you have all the evidences, this is your clinic you are managing. Yes, you can apply.
As an administrator.
Yes,
Hello.
Okay. Second question.
yes, please.
Hello.
Yes, please ask.
Second question. I have done diploma in anesthesia, and I'm working in anesthesia as anesthesia specialist in government sector. It has been 3.5 years
No, basically
experience after
in
training.
Australia, only two pathways. One is the standard pathway, another one is a specialist pathway. So in theoretically, they said that if you completed your PG in your home country, you can apply. But practically, they never give. Practically, they give only if you have 10 to 15 year experience in your specialization and you have very extraordinary CV. It's not just a clinical experience. You must have some kind of publications or research. You guide some students, apart from the clinical. This is the main problem in India, Pakistan. Like, their medical doctors only work in clinical side. They are not looking the other side. Like, this is equally equivalent in other countries like US, Australia. High income country, they also see the contribution in the research part and all those things. So if you have just 2 year experience, so I don't think so you are eligible to apply for this specialist pathway. You only can go for this AMC pathway. But I can assure that you will definitely have a good, bright future. Once you pass, then definitely you can get a job because since you're already working and you already did your master degree in your home country. And
So, sir, it means
thing
it
I
means
might
like
forget to mention, your age
hello.
should be below 43 years, 44, 43. Okay. Because after 44 years, there is no visa for PR visa. You only can go Australia on work visa. Okay. Yes, Atif.
Hello, sir. It's me, Malik. Hello. Hello, sir. It's me, Malik from Pakistan.
Malik,
So,
Malik.
I have two questions. Yes, I have two questions over here. So, number one, so what if someone has given PLAB or he has given
You have to go
MRCP?
for
Does it?
if you give PLAB or USMLE, so the first step, that verification part only is skip. Again, you need to write AMC.
Okay, so AH1 is necessary to get the job in the Australia.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes. If you completed PLAB 1 and 2 and you are fully registered RMP in UK, in that case,
Okay.
you can skip AMC. But if you just completed your PLAB 1 and looking to migrate to Australia, again, you need to write with AMC. Alka, please, one by
And
one.
so,
I'm here for 2 hours.
and so,
You can discuss with me.
and so what about MRCP1? If someone is given MRCP1 along, does it help?
Again, there is no advantage. Basically, it might be help you to crack the exam.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, please. Shahreen Ashraf, again, please ask the question.
Sir, I wanted to ask that what's the process of the spouse visa? You can take your husband with you after AMC Part 1 if you get the job.
Yes, I understand your question. So many of you, you are a doctor, so definitely you are married, Some of you might be having kid as well, your family, okay? So as a primary applicant, if you pass Part 1 and plus English and you got a job in Australia, and the company will sponsor you the work visa, okay? So in work visa or student visa, any visa you are marketed to Australia, or work visa, PR visa, student visa. So your spouse can migrate with you and they have a full work right. For example, your spouse is not from medical background. He might be engineer, okay? Or he might be XYZ, any other profession. So he can find a job in his own profession. He has a full work right, full time he can work. And if you have a family, maybe you have a kid, 1 or 2, 3 kids, whatever, they will also get the visa. The dependent means husband or wife plus kids. Your parents are not counted your immediate family member. Once you migrate to Australia, then you have to apply separate visa. For example, if you want to call your parents in Australia, then you have to go separately. But your husband or wife, if the wife is completing the process, husband automatically will get the visa. Or husband is doing this process and wife will get automatically the dependent visa. Okay? So this is like vice versa, you will get the visa again. The main applicant just need to fight for registration and the visa thing, and you will get the visa. Hi, Alka. Hi, Dr. Alka. Can you please ask your question? Please unmute. Yes, Alka. आपकी voice very disturbed. Can you please repeat again? I can't hear you. Alka, can you
Hello.
please? Yes.
Hello.
Yes, Alka. I can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you please repeat your question?
Yeah, I'm doing my MD dermatology in India.
Okay.
So I'm pursuing my post graduation right now. So
Are you in which year? Second year, third year, first year?
first year.
First year. This is the right time for you. You can just start preparation, part 1, part 2. And just find a job and you can come to Australia. So
My question is like, even if I qualify part 1, part 2, is there a chance of me getting a dermatology residency over there?
maybe, yes. If you already did your any residency in home country, whether you are a dermatologist or pediatrician or whatever your specialization, then there is a more chance for you to get it, the specialization in Australia as well. But someone is a fresh MBBS, fresher MBBS, right? For them, they have to fight more fight than someone already completed. So since you are completing your dermatology in India and you are looking forward in Australia. So in Australia, basically residency is 4 years. So 3 years, for example, you have to do dermatology in general things, and 1 year like super specialization. So in Australia, whatever the specialization, it takes 4 years. And this is basically a paid job. They will pay you while you are doing this specialization. You will get around 130,000 Australian dollar per year salary.
So after I finish part one, part two, and 3 years of general, then I have to apply for specialization.
No, once you pass this part two, and then you have to go for 1 year residency. A residency basically, or the housemanship, it is a paid job. Okay. In this job, you will get a salary of 130,000 per year. And and you are going to finish this end of this residency, then you have to apply. Basically, locals are also going to apply. You also need to apply. Basically, you are just extra effort you are doing in AMC Part 1 and AMC Part 2. After that, you are equivalent to a local graduate. You are doing equivalency to your degree, basically.
Yeah, so I had this doubt that so I won't have any advantage having this Indian degree over there.
No. Master degree, there is no much advantage. Advantage in the sense you will get the job. They will give you first preference. What else you want the preference? Someone have a 10, 15 year experience, definitely they have a very good, directly they can market as a specialist. So degree title in Australia, if you are just a fresher or you might just have 1 or 2 year experience after your PG. It cannot be, there is a certain people here, even doctors are doing here PhD to become a consultant in Australia. So, in India, anyone can becoming a consultant after just PG.
Okay. So after AMC Part 2, what is the route to choose the specialization?
Again, you have to, then you have to, there is a separate colleges here for dermatology, then you have to apply there.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
And this is like, at that time, if you want, but maximum people just go for as a general doctor, because that general doctor also can earn up to like 2 CR per year, 1.5 CR per year salary, right? So they are not going for specialization, but someone want to go, you can go. So you have to think in that way that, okay, I want just the full registration, I can work as a GP, or if I want, a super specialization, I can, you can try simultaneously for both. You can get a job and simultaneously you can again try for your specialization.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, Dr. Sakib Anwar.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, Amantraj. How are you?
I'm good, sir. Sir, do we require a permanent registration from our home country or the country we studied?
No.
For example, for an FMG?
Basically, for example, if you completed MBBS from India, you must register in India. Because in India, the rule basically there is no exam or something. Anyone can complete MBBS. Next day he or she can go for registration in State Pharmacy Council. But if you completed your MBBS from your Russia, China, or any other country, then these guys need to write FMG in India in order to get registration in India, right? So
Yes, sir.
In that case, no need to register in India. Directly you can register in Australia. And once you fully registered in Australia, and if you want to come back to India, so you can register don't need to write this FMG again. So registration is not if you did MBBS outside India, but if you did in India, it's inside India, then you need registration.
Okay, sir. So FMG, I've already passed my FMG, so there's no need of registration to apply for jobs in Australia.
No. But if you already completed your FMG, you must start working as internship completely. It will help you to get a job. And please, there is a form in the chat box. If you can fill this form, our team will get back to you individually, one-on-one, regarding the fees, or if you have any other questions, any other doubt, anytime you can ask them. Please fill this form. And if you have any specific question, also you can write there. I will connect to you individually also. Okay, whenever you are free.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Amraj. Yes, Kishore Babu. Hi, Dr. Kishore. How are you?
Hey, hello, hi, sir. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Yes.
Yeah. So I've joined this. I mean, like I'm asking this question on behalf of my brother. Like he couldn't join today.
Okay.
So I'm currently staying in Australia, and we want to bring. I mean, I want to bring my brother as well to Australia. So he completed his MBBS in China.
Okay.
So now, like we're planning to get him to Australia to.
So you are Australian PR holder or citizen?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So basically, if your brother completed MBBS from China, so did he registered in India? FMG,
Yeah.
did he pass or not yet?
No, not yet, not yet. He's still writing that.
Okay. So basically, no need to register himself with FMG. Without this also, he can migrate to Australia. Okay. So he need to, we need to check basically if his college name in the list, AMC list. So Australian Medical Council, they have a own list of the colleges.
Okay.
If the college name or university name it is in the list, then your brother can write this exam directly.
Okay.
If it is not in the list, then he cannot. Then he has to register first in India. Then he has to go in that pathway. So basically, what they do, they will check the university. For example, Mr. Kishore Babu completed MBBS from your college. Then they have to apply. Yes, yeah, this is the roll number. This guy completed from this date to this date. And then they will give you the the report. Then he gives you, yes, this guy graduate from there. Now he are eligible to sit in the exam. So he has to pass part 1, then English, and then part 2. So academically will help to complete A to Z process.
Okay, okay. And like this has got part 1 and part 2, and academically we'll help in going through all those two.
From the beginning, we will help. First, basically, step document verification itself.
Okay.
It will take time, So we will do document verification. If he want, if candidate want himself, he can do. But if he want help from academically, we can do also.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Perfect, perfect. So I'll fill in the form and then I'll get in touch with you.
Do one thing, fill the form and give the number to your brother. Okay.
Sure.
So our team will directly talk to him if he have any other question apart from you, because he is a candidate. So he might have some additional question apart from you.
Yeah, sure. I'll ask him to fill the form and then get in touch with you.
Yeah, sure. Okay, thank you, Kishore. Bye. Yes, Dr. Aditya Rana.
So I have a question. Like, if you're saying we can work as general practitioner, is it better to come after MBBS or we should do our PG in India?
No. After MBBS is the right. If you are planning to go anywhere in the world, like US, UK, Canada, Australia, after MBBS is the right choice, and go there and do PG there. Even if you did PG, is not much, the difference or advantage for you. But since
like the general,
but जिन लोगों ने कर लिया है उसको तो क्या कर सकते हैं, right? उनको तो जाना ही है.
yes,
But someone did,
general. Someone is a general practitioner there in Australia. Like there is a job scope for them also. Like they did
very good scope, not the scope, very good scope. You can own your own farm, own clinic. You can earn $1 million per year, because here everything is free. I'm going to see my doctor. My doctor every time, I have last 8 years in he's saying the same thing. Your cholesterol is going to up, you have to do this and that. मेरा कुछ भी नहीं हुआ, मेरे को इससे मिलना पड़ता है, because he's saying, because I'm not paying to him. Government is paying to him my fees.
Okay.
हाँ, डॉक्टर बुलाता रहता है और पेशेंट जाता रहता है. यहाँ पर ये रहता है.
Like इंडिया में तो सर वो है ना कि पीजी करना ही पड़ेगा. Like that's why I'm asking.
No. In Australia is not mandatory. Even मैं बहुत सारे मेरा पर्सनल डॉक्टर जो है बेसिकली इंडियन है. Chetty. She is an Indian doctor. She is from Maharashtra. MBBS only.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Our GP जो है वो another doctor is from Pakistan. He is by neighbor to my home. He is also just a MBBS. So जरूरी नहीं.
Okay, so,
there is a lot of competition in India. That's why they need
Yeah.
PT, Even you can find a lot of PT also nowadays in India, right?
Yes.
But
So
here,
one more question, one last
yes,
question.
yes, please.
Suppose like if someone has done like MBBS from a country, वहाँ का यूनिवर्सिटी अभी प्रेजेंटली WHO लिस्ट में नहीं है. Like
So,
पहले था when the MBBS was done and the person has cleared the FMG, is registered in India, everything is done.
actually,
So can it be?
yeah, in that case, if when you are studying, for example, you study 5 years back, okay, so they will check after that 5 years back, this college was approved or not. If it was approved, they will ask.
Okay.
Now, if they remove from the list, but earlier it was in the list, so they will ask them, So still verification can done, and because they will ask the university.
Okay. Just like the person is registered in India, I think like there is a possibility the person can come to Australia.
Yes, a possibility is there because your registration in India, so they might need ask to the registration body. For example, you are in Maharashtra State Medical Council, you are registered, for example, or maybe in
Yes.
any state in India. Because in India we have
Yes.
each state have a registration body, right? So
Yes.
they ask for registration for that, but for the college from where you graduate, they will definitely ask them.
Okay.
The first step they will inquire from that college only.
Okay.
But you
Thank
can,
you, sir.
when you was done your degree and it was approved, so no need to worry. They will definitely do.
That's nice.
Okay, Aditya. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, Divya. Hi, Divya. How are you?
Hi, sir. Fine.
Yes,
Actually,
Divya.
my situation is like my husband is a non-medical, and I am doctor. I have done my PG in Optal, and it's past 3 years. Like I passed DNP in 2020.
Okay.
So it's been 3 years, and I have done my DO also. So I have 4 years training actually here.
So
And
your
my husband is
an
going.
engineer
He's an
or
engineer, and he's going with he's with work 482 visa or something like that.
very good. I
Family.
mean, this is the excellent for you. Even our lecturer, that Dr. Sipul Sharma, she is a medical doctor, MBBS MD. Her husband is a engineer, IT engineer. So
Yes.
she also came on like you and work with a dependent. And then she write this AMC exam. Same for like Dr. Udara, also similar situation. So for you, we just need to go for this exam. And already there.
Even if I have my optal this much experience, then also I need to go for AMC1 first.
Yes. As I told especially pathway, they consider if you did something extraordinary in your CV and you have very vast experience, like 10-year experience and plus, then you like a specialist pathway. Otherwise, no, you have to go for this. Our own lecturer is a MBBS MD from India, and she also went for the same pathway like you. I'm suggesting you.
So we'll be moving by I think September of this year.
Yes, so very good. I mean, you can just join now. So in October or November, you are ready to write the exam, AMC Part 1.
So better is to give AMC1 after coming there.
No, you can start preparation now. So you can.
How long we the preparation for AMC1? Actually, like since long time we have done our PG entrance and also
4 months. 4 months is enough, Divya.
4 months.
Yes, and you can prepare yourself, and you can write once you are landed in Australia. Maybe if you are not landed, you can write in India itself. Okay.
And India, the center will be in Delhi only, or
no? There is a lot of centers.
Actually, I am from Kerala, Trivandrum.
So I think there is a center in Bangalore.
Bangalore, okay. And this English exam also, like we have to give, like along with this AMC1, or
no. You basically there is no condition in the medical doctor. You can write before AMC. You can write after AMC also. But like a physiotherapist and a lab technician, they need to write first English, then they have to write their own exam. But for medical doctor, this is the not the condition. You can write anytime.
In English, which one will be better to give, OET or PT or this IELTS?
We provide the coaching for both PT and IELTS. These are the easiest exam as compared to others. even easier compared to OET as well.
PT.
PT very, very easy. You just need to crack the things, You just need to do the method. It is an online system. So PT and IELTS both are easy.
And this document verification is better to do when I'm here?
Yes, now you have to do if you want, because, it takes time. Sometimes, your university is not sending the verification. They send the email to your university and university has to reply them. And, Indian system, sometimes the Babu system, he is not replying to his email, it might take longer time.
Okay. No, I think like my husband's visa is, so I thought after getting visa, then I will start my document.
Why you are wasting time? My question is that once you are landed, you can pass the exam in November, for example. And November itself, you can start looking at job while you are in Australia. You already have visa, and you are thinking November. Once I move in November, for example, October in Australia, then I will start my process. Then maybe next year in March and April, you have to start looking at job. So why you are wasting 4, 5, 6 months?
And what about any fellowships, shorter fellowships, anything? Is that it's better to go for residency or like?
Very difficult to get. Basically, fellowship only can get, if you have vast experience or the research things, but you can try. And trying is nothing harm. But a lot of competition. Basically, you are not just competing with Indian doctors. You are competing with the UK doctors. Maximum doctors practicing in Australia, they are from UK. My own boss, Dr. Andrew Holland. I am working one of the top hospitals in Sydney. So he is a UK graduate, So you are fighting around the world. A lot of doctors from US, UK, Europe, they migrate to Australia. So very competitive in this fellowship in Australia.
Document verification also, you will be assisting in that?
If you want, we can do your document verification.
Like how much payment for document verification?
This is our team will give you the information regarding the payment, all the process. Apart from this, you have any questions regarding, you can ask. You just fill your number, or maybe you can just leave your phone number or email in our chat box. So our team will connect to you after this conversation.
Okay.
We will give you breakdown sheets like document verification, then AMC1, English, and how much you need to pay to the government directly to AMC. All this information he will give you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, is it advisable to give OET after AMC1 or before AMC1 because of the validity period?
I think after, validity is a 2 year, so that's not a problem, So you can, if you can give after that AMC, that will be good because, the validity will start once you pass the exam. Any English test, OET or PT or IELTS, but don't go for TOEFL. These 3 exams, any one you can write.
Okay, so thank you.
Yes, Dr. Anil, do you have any question? Sayyid Jahid Ahmad, any question?
Yeah, is it me, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great, thanks. So, how you see challenging opportunities for surgeons there, and how much clinical experience they got?
The highest paid job basically for surgeons only. If you can see in Australia, top 10 highest paid salaries, occupations wise. So surgeons in the top 3 or top 5, neurologists and surgeons. This is the highest paid and a lot of opportunities for surgeons, I can say. So I'm basically a research manager in a surgery ward only. So I know even our dean of surgery ward head he's an Indian guy.
Thanks, man. So it means like in UK, it's I think it's tough for doctors to go.
UK itself is a waiting period to write the exam itself. You can write the exam 2025 only, and maybe you fail, then again. It's a long time. It may take around 8 years to get UK PR visa.
Yeah. No, I mean the clinical experience you got in UK, because they don't allow foreigners to be that freely operate like in their own countries, right? So my point is that are we in Australia? Are we that freely
No, basically
get opportunity? Yeah.
you are fighting to register yourself as a general practitioner only. This
Yes,
exam
exactly.
so you are not a surgeon anymore. Forget about surgery. When you complete this AMC Part 2 and you are going in residency, then in that you have to perform very well since you are already a surgeon, right? And then you have to go for separate like pathway for surgery in Australia. So it is around 4 years residency for separate
Okay.
residency.
So I need to recomplete that residency, right?
Yes,
What you're saying?
definitely. If you have 10-year plus experience as a surgeon and 15 years, then directly you can apply as a surgeon, as a specialist pathway. But if you have like 2, 3, 4, 5 year experience after your PG as a surgeon, then you have to go for this exam only. There is no other alternative.
So I think that's the same like the US, right? So US also don't acknowledge any residency. They have their own residency, the syllabus and all. So I think they're also following the same pattern. But in UK, if you are FRCS qualified, and if you are MRCS qualified,
You are talking US and UK.
yeah.
India itself is not recognizing foreign degrees. India is not allowing to practice in India. You can find there is thousands of people are practicing in India without any degree. That's another case. But since someone completed MBBS from any other country, even MD also, they need to write their FMG exam. India is a developed country, right? Developing country. They are not allowing to practice, and you are looking to practice in high income country like US, UK,
I just checking.
or Canada. So definitely you have to follow, their rule. So you have to first yourself register, and then you have to go separate training.
Sure, got you. Okay, yeah. So just the last question. So is any exemptions? But I'm also being registered as IMC Island Medical Council.
No. If you are your passport changed or you are fully registered there, then might. Otherwise, you are qualified from your home country. Like maybe you are Indian or Pakistani, I don't know. So whatever you are from, you have to. They will consider as your first nationality. You are Pakistani or you are Indian. It's your passport from that country.
Okay. Instead, you get the license from any other country. They don't consider, right?
No, if you are fully registered and you are practicing there, then they will consider. For example, if you write it PLAB 1, PLAB 2, now you are working in NHS and you are fully registered there. Now, if you want to come back to Australia, then no need to write this AMC. Otherwise, you have to go again. Someone pass AMC, PLAB 1 or USMLE Part 1, and again you want to come to Australia, again you need to write the AMC exam.
Okay, thanks, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Dr. Anil Shrestha.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. I am Dr. Anil from Nepal.
Yes, Anil.
I have done my MD in pediatrics in 2013 in September, and I started job from 2014 January. So it's about to be 10 years. And I'm in the government of Nepal as a senior consultant pediatrician.
Yeah.
And I've also given my OET last.
You can apply for specialist pathway if you have 10-year experience. And you also mentioned, in your CV, you need to change basically. You must show in your last 10 years, you did something different, like you did some research, might be some publication you have, might be you guide some MBBS student, might be you guide some juniors there, all those things. And attach some recommendations, any professor, you are working in a hospital, doing that. It might help you to get your. Otherwise, if they are not accepting, then you have to go the specialist pathway. Then you have to go for AMC1 to research.
I'm involved in teaching practices, and I am practicing as an assistant professor of pediatrics in National Academy of Medical Sciences.
You can apply. I mean, you have a 10-year experience. Definitely, you can apply for a specialist pathway.
And I have some few resources also, sir.
Yes, you can apply. You are, I can say, you are a competitive. I mean, this pathway is very competitive, but you are also very competent. I mean, your profile. So you must try for a specialist pathway. If you have 10-year experience, you are working as a associate professor, assistant professor, you did some research publication. Definitely will help you. So you must go for this pathway. But if they reject, okay, then you can come back to us and we can help you.
Sir, what I need to do first?
So you just go to their website. We are not helping because there is no need to have any exam or something for a specialist pathway. You just need to upload your documents or your evidence. So you just go to AMC website and read there for about the specialist pathway.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Anil. Thank you. Yes, Sayyid Jahid Ahmed, please ask. Or Dr. Vijita Rani.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, this is Dr. Jahid from India. Sir.
Yes, Jahid. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Yes, please.
Actually, I'm studying a final year postgraduate, sir, in MD Pulmonology.
Pulmonology, okay.
Yes, sir. So my question is about if I have cleared this same pathway, AMC Part 1 and Part 2, should I try for a pulmonology residency or should I go with the general practitioner pathway?
I mean, you don't, bother now. Just leave or at that time because, once you pass this exam, you're already getting 80 lakh Indian rupees when you are doing residency itself. 130,000 Australian dollars, So huge money you can save, And at that time, you think that you want to go to pathway for a specialist, then you can apply. Otherwise, I know so many doctors from India, they completed MD or MS from India, master degree. And they are a GP now in Australia. Simple GP. Okay. They are happy to earn, because you just need to work 8 hours, then you have to give your family time, this and that. Because, you just need to earn some money, So easily you can make 1 CR savings after your GP as well. Why you have to fight too much? If you want, you can go. Otherwise, तो अभी आप वो मत करो कि क्या करना है. उस टाइम पे आप सोचना कि if you still need, then you can go. Otherwise, you can go for the general pathway.
एक और डाउट है सर, जनरल पाथवे इज ए स्पेशलिस्ट पाथवे, राइट सर, और एल्स जस्ट
this is basically, आप जो fight, you're just fighting to register yourself as a RMP in Australia. So this process. So once you pass this AMC Part 1 and Part 2, and then you will register, then you will be equivalent to a local graduate. Okay, then whatever local has to do, same thing you have to do. So you are not doing something special for specialist pathway or for this to become a GP in Australia.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, please, next. Dr. Riji Vincent, any question, please ask. Or Isha Tahir, Dr. Isha Tahir, please ask the question. Sohini Supriya.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Vijita.
Sir, I want to ask that what is PESCI exam? Is it important to give?
PESCI is a clinical exam. So, for example, you can find a lot of videos about the OSCE in YouTube. Okay. So, OSCE, nothing but it's just a clinical exam or oral exam, you can say. So, there is a 3 to 4 stations and you have to deal one by one. For example, first session with the patient. The patient will come to you. He will give you the history of, I have diabetes. I'm taking this much medicines, my age, this and that. You have to find out the problem in that and give the recommendation. Then you have to go for next session. There might be, you have to deal with the other healthcare professionals. Your communication, they will chat, something like this. This is not a very tough exam, but you just need to know the process. So OSCE is not just for Australia. Anywhere in the world, if you want to practice.
No, sir, it's not OSCE, it's PESCI exam, sir.
Which one? OSCE. This is basically a OSCE exam. So AMC Part 2.
Okay. Oh, so
yes,
AMC Part 2.
Okay. So this is not just for medical doctor. Even if you are anyone is a nurse, anyone is a pharmacist, And one is so this
Okay,
is
okay.
part 2 exam for
And
everyone.
sir, can we apply for PR after limited registration, or we need to get a permanent registration for it?
No. For part 1, you are eligible to work if you have your own visa or on work visa. But for PR, you only eligible to apply once you done your part 2 full registration, or you are doing your residency. After part 2, you are eligible to apply your PR 190.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Dr. Sohini to PR.
Sir,
Amit.
yes, sir. Sir, how long does the PR visa last after we done part 2?
No, I mean visa you will get maybe within one week or 1 month. But visa they will give you for 5 years, and every 5 years, yes. And after 3 years, you are eligible to change your passport. You can be an Australian citizenship. You can opt, or after 5 years you can renew another for 5 years your PR visa. If you do not want to take Australian citizenship, you just want to be an Australian PR holder, you can renew as many times you want.
And after 3 years, I'll get my citizenship.
Yes, if you want.
Okay. Thank you.
Basically, it is your choice. If you want to be citizenship, then you have to apply, and then you can get citizenship and get it done your passport change.